With the revelation from Nintendo that they intend to release up to 30 titles a week, the black hole in the eShop that's engulfing small indie games is set to grow. Throwing caution to the wind, we here at NWR intend to explore deep within the eShop to highlight some indie games you may not have heard about. Will we find some hidden gems, or unleash an unstoppable terror on the world? Who knows? The only certainty is that we'll discover 2 new games that we didn't know about before we started. The first game up is 6180 The Moon. We came across this during our search of the new eShop, and this puzzle platformer is a port of an early release on PC back in 2014, and is no stranger to the Nintendo platform, having been released on the 3DS and Wii U. Similar to titles like The Bridge and Quantum Shift, 6180 The Moon relies on a set mechanic that is explored throughout the game. In this case, the player controls a small circle meant to symbolize the moon on its quest to find out why the sun has disappeared. The puzzle mechanic is that you control the moon by jumping off screen, whether it's the top or bottom, and its momentum continues from the opposite screen. A number of obstacles and dangers are placed in your path as you try to navigate the moon to the exit of each level. Each new world you reach carries its own theme. In the first world, spikes are introduced that halt progress by requiring you to respawn at the last checkpoint. In the second world, bouncy blocks are added, which increases the speed of the moon's movement. It's a formula we've seen before, and it's well suited in handheld mode when you're looking for a fun way to kill a few minutes. Released back at the end of May, Quad Fighter K is a new shoot 'em up from Axis Games modeled after retro titles like 1943 or Galaga. And retro is a perfect way to describe it. It's so retro that the play area maintains the 4:3 ratio of yesteryear with information adorning the sides. The sell for this fairly average game is that the available local co-op for up to 4 friends. As shoot 'em ups go, Quad Fighter K pretty much follows the standard formula. One-hit lives, floating power-ups, all with the goal of reaching and defeating a boss at the end of a vertically moving level. The one way that it shakes up the gameplay is with multiple ships. If you're playing by yourself, you can stack ships, Power Ranger style, and have a beefed up killing machine that utilizes several different types of attacks at once. If you've got some friends over, you can hand out the Joy-Cons and have up to 4 friends blasting away aliens. 2 slightly different modes of play are available to choose from. Both are played in through the same levels, with the same choices of ships. The difference between the 2 is how the game ends. In the first option, gameplay continues until a designated VIP ship is destroyed. The 3 protector ships can die and respawn infinitely, but once the VIP dies, it's all over. In the second option, a number of lives are assigned to each ship, and the game doesn't end until the final ship has run out of lives. Quad Fighter K is another game that you probably aren't going to sit down and play for hours, but it can be fun in short spurts or when you have company over. Make sure to check in each week as we try to make our way through all the titles hitting the eShop. For a complete rundown of all titles that released each week, you can watch our eShop video from Casey and Perry of the Talk Nintendo podcast, also posted here on NWR TV.